Thanks for tuning in to part 2 of this flight to Davidson County, North Carolina. As we join the video, I am flying northwest, level at 4,000, preparing for the RNAV approach to Runway 6 at Davidson County. I'm on an IFR flight plan, talking with Greensboro approach, and have been cleared direct to a waypoint called Worker. Worker is an initial approach fix for the RNAV approach to Runway 6 at Davidson County, which I am approaching from the southeast. I'm 14 nautical miles from the airport and around 3 nautical miles from Worker, and Greensboro has just cleared me for the approach. I'm setting up the airport advisory frequency as a standby on my number 1 comm. There's my turn to the inbound course of 058 degrees, and the chart says I can now descend to 2,400. But I've decided to level at 3,000 feet. Which means I will intercept the glide slope a little farther out on the course. Right on cue, the glide slope needle has come alive. And this is a good time to run through my before landing checklist. That is the city of Salisbury down there, and Interstate 85 off in the distance, crossing left to right. Even though the weather is VFR, I still like to fly on an IFR flight plan, especially when flying to an airport I've never been to before, like Davidson County. That's the North Carolina Transportation Museum in Spencer down there, and you can clearly see their roundhouse and turntable. The glide slope needle is beginning to center, telling me I will soon intercept the glide slope and will need to start down. The glide slope just centered, so I reduce power and add 10 degrees of flaps. Carb heat on. At this point, my focus is to keep the airplane on the course line and on the glide slope as we descend for the runway. A look at the approach chart shows a decision altitude of 983 feet. Crossing the Yadkin River puts me just about 5 nautical miles from the runway. I've just canceled my IFR clearance with Greensboro and reset my transponder to 1200. However, if we were in low instrument weather, I would stay with them all the way down and cancel once I was on the ground. It's time to switch over to the airport advisory frequency and announce my presence and intentions. You can now start to see the airport out the front windscreen. I am now 500 feet above decision altitude. There's decision altitude. Everything looks good, and we are go for landing. I make it a point to remain on the glide slope until such time that I have usable runway directly underneath the airplane. Flaps up. Carpet off. Lights off. follow the taxiway center line off the runway. I announce on the advisory frequency I am clear of the runway and head for the ramp. Davidson County is an uncontrolled airport, which means no control tower, which typically means there is not a lot of traffic. So it is up to me to see and avoid traffic. And I see no one between me and the ramp ahead on my left. Looks like there are several places to park here. That will wrap up this video. Watch for part 3, the departure back to Monroe. Until then, remember, life is a journey. Enjoy the ride, and thanks for watching.